Yesterday was just a half day of flying for me. I joined Ian for a quick run in the afternoon. We flew to Karana, Piaggio, or also known as Chief's Island, then to Cement and back to Maun. Which are you checking, digital ATIS or the METAR?
Yeah, that's all good.
We just landed in the middle of the Kalahari here at Haina Adventures, dropping off some passengers here at the fire station and of course making sure things go safely. From here we're going to fly to Deception Valley, just about 2 miles from here. And then we'll be heading up to Khwai River, which is on the edge of the Chobe National Park.
"2019 is one of the biggest droughts the Delta has ever experienced, and the prospects are not looking good for the animals.
And if you watched the day 1 video, you'll know by now that as of recording this, this is November 2019, Botswana is in an extended period of drought, and it's very visible from the air and also on the ground. Ian's commute to work takes him through Maun, and you can even see some of the cattle is malnutritioned. Maun is also base for a lot of land-based safari operations, so there's a lot of 4x4 and off-road vehicles. Maun's location at the edge of the delta of course makes it an ideal stopover point for safaris heading into the delta from here. Let's go check in with Ian as he goes through his start of his day, the administrative stuff, the pre-flight planning, and just getting ready to conduct this flight. Morning Ian, what are you doing?
Morning, Ian. Quick, early in the morning, 6:30. We're just going to do some planning, do all our appropriate paperwork, and then we'll go out do a little freight run.
Yeah, go fly the African bush a little bit.
Go to the African bush, go out to the central Kalahari this afternoon. This morning we'll go up, do two freight runs, and then afternoon we'll come fly with me.
Sweet. So let's go check in with Ian.
Doing an early morning freight run just to Xigera and back. And
how far is that?
That's about a 15-minute flight, 40 miles. Then back, actually another freight run to Nxabega, and then after that one we'll go to the central Kalahari where you'll be joining me, dropping off passengers there, picking up and then taking them off to Khwai River again, and then back to Maun, if nothing changes.
What's the weather look like?
Weather, okay again. Hopefully we'll get a bit of build up later on today again. Isolated thunderstorms, you never know, hard to predict, so I'm hoping for a bit of stormy weather, maybe a bit of rain, but at the moment clear blue skies.
Stormy weather just to cool down things.
Cool down things, and throw a little curveball into the system.
Make it interesting.
Make it a bit more interesting. Slippy runways, diversions around isolated thunder showers. Yeah. The official opening of the day.
First flight of the day.
First flight of the day.
And also, as with operating any aircraft, the first flight of the day is always a little bit different because there's more things to inspect. The pre-flights are slightly more involved. The first flight for Ian today is a cargo flight, so it's going to be interesting to watch some of the ground operations as they get the airplane prepared for the cargo operation. These aircraft serve dual purpose of either cargo or with passengers, and of course for the cargo operation the seats come out, so we're going to take a look and see how they do that and then also follow along a little bit as they load the cargo.
Some good FCU check, keeping it stable there. Oh, good. Nozzles.
You're checking the oil in the morning.
Checking the oil. But the lid check.
Reconfiguring the cabin of the caravan goes really quick. The seats come out really easy, and of course these guys have done it a few times before. And now they just have to make sure the cargo is properly distributed so that the weight and balance of the aircraft is within limits for the takeoff. This is a good workout. You don't have to go to the gym. Okay. This is your gym every morning, right?
Yeah.
Clear?
With the push 35, 1 knot of takeoff on 08, the wind is 35008. Thank you. Visual clear, take up 0, get to 1.
At Xigera and Nxabega, the unloading goes really quick because the ground personnel knows what they're doing. They've done it a few times before, and as you can tell, they're fairly efficient in getting the cargo off the plane. So Ian had just returned from his cargo runs. Now it's off to Haina Adventures, Deception Valley, and then Khwai River.
Hotel 107, you'll be number 2 behind there. And we are ready number 2, grid 107. For 8, the wind is 35008. Thank you. Visual clear, take up 0, grid 107. So we just airborne out of Maun. We are on the climb to flight level 7 off to Haina Adventures. It's a little airstrip on the Central Kalahari border. Reason being, for back in the day, they weren't allowed to have any airstrips inside of the Kalahari Game Reserve. So they had 2 or 3 outside, and then they will just drive into. Our flight time there is about 35 minutes.
So guys, welcome to the African bush. We just landed in the middle of the Kalahari. It's kind of dry out there.
Dropped a 5, now we're going to do the longest I'm joking. The shortest little hop in the Okavango Delta, literally 2 miles to that side, is Deception Valley. We will be picking up 2 more.
And tell us about your SOP. How are we going to do this? We're not just taking off and straight into the other airport because the runways are kind of lined up. Or what's the procedure?
They are kind of lined up. Unfortunately, as per SOP, we have to take off, join overhead, have a look for any game vehicle, look for game, and then join normal left or right hand pattern and onto the favouring runway.
We'll make sure to take a look at both sides of the runway so we can make sure that if we spot animals on the side of the runway, obviously then we have to take some measures to be safe.
This was a really fun flight to the Kalahari Desert. So in the next episode, I'll show you a lot more about this stop at Haina Adventures and Deception Valley. And then we'll go up to Khwai River, which is just on the border of the Chobe National Park. The flight from Deception Valley to Khwai River is about 170 miles, almost due north, and the Khwai River Strip and Lodge is located just on the edge of the Chobe National Park. For the first time, and in stark contrast with the dry Kalahari, I get to see some of the green of the Okavango Delta.